Hello, it's Sonia here, The Pretty Stitch. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so happy to have you here. So today is Tuesday, and that means it's Tunisian Tuesday. So today we're doing a stitch pattern. I'm using my eye hook or 5.5mm hook, and I just have some scrap worsted weight yarn here. We're just doing a little swatch, and I was playing around with some stitches, and I think this one's really pretty. Alright, so to do this particular stitch pattern, you will need to chain an even number. So why don't we chain 12? Okay, I have my 12 chains, so let's begin row 1. So we're going to work in the back bump of the chain, so I'm just turning it over. In the second bump from our hook, we're going to pull up a loop. And we're just going to continue to pull up loops all the way across. So this will be the setup row. And Tunisian crochet, each row is worked in two parts. So the first part is often called the forward pass, and we are putting our loops on our hook. And then the second part is often called the return pass, and that is where we take the loops off of our hook, and each part makes up one row. And if you've never done Tunisian crochet before, I do have a complete playlist that goes over the basics. And I will link that for you in the description box below if you want to check that out. Okay, so there is row 1. So we should have 12 loops on our hook. And we do. So that is our forward pass. We put our loops on our hook. So now we're going to work the return pass of row 1. So that means we are going to yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over, pull through two for the rest of the row. And there we go, there is row 1. Okay, so let's begin row 2. This is the start of the repeat, and it is a 4-row repeat. So to begin, we're going to yarn over. We're going to work Tunisian simple stitch in those first 2 stitches. So we're working a Tunisian simple decrease stitch. So those first 2 vertical bars, inserting our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through those 2. Now we're going to yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. And we now need to put a stitch back on. So we're going to, so it looks like an upside down V. So in this loop here of the V, we're going to insert our hook. So just insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. And we have the correct number of stitches. So when we are done our forward pass of row 2, we again will have 12 loops on our hook. So we're going to yarn over, Tunisian simple in the next 2, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, and then in that first bar there, insert your hook and yarn over, pull through. So we're creating a bit of a textured stitch here. We're going to yarn over again. We're going to repeat that. So Tunisian simple, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then go back into that 1 vertical bar and pull up a loop. And we're just going to keep going across. Okay, we have 1 stitch left. So we're going to insert our hook in this stitch. It looks like a chain. And pull up a loop. And so there is our forward pass for row 2. So we should have 12 loops on our hook. And we do. So now we need to work these off. So we're going to yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 for the rest of the row. Okay, so then row 3, we are working Tunisian knit all the way across. So you're inserting your hook through. And if you're not familiar with Tunisian simple, Tunisian knit stitch, again, that is in the playlist. And I feel that the basic stitches that you need to know to be very successful with Tunisian crochet are Tunisian simple, Tunisian purl, and Tunisian knit stitch. And if you can do all 3 of those, then you can pretty much make whatever you want in Tunisian crochet. Alright, so then in our last stitch that looks like a chain, we pull up a loop. So we work Tunisian knit, and we're going to yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 for the rest of the row for row 3. Okay, so let's begin row 4. So row 4, we're going to yarn over, we're going to work Tunisian simple in that first vertical bar. So pull up our loop. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. And now we're going to repeat, we're going to yarn over and we're going to do those Tunisian simple together stitches. So yarn over, pull through both, so insert your hook in both of those vertical bars. And then yarn over, pull through 2, and then go in that vertical bar there and pull up a loop and repeat across until we have 3 stitches left. And so that the second to the last stitch, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then in that last stitch that looks like a chain, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and now we need to work these off. So yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 for the rest of the row. And then for row 5, it's a knit row. So just work Tunisian knit all the way across. Now as you can see, this one does curl a little bit. So if you wanted to use this stitch pattern, then you might want to pop in some purl stitches, maybe work a couple rows of this stitch and then work a couple rows purl, and that will help with the curling. Okay, so now we just work these guys off. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Alright, so what we need to do is we are going to be repeating rows 2 through 5 for however long you want your swatch, and then before the bind off, I would end on a row 4 before the bind off, and then we will bind off in pattern. So I'm going to repeat a few more rows and then I will meet you back. Alright, so here is my swatch. I ended up working 12 rows, so now we need to do the bind off row. So I ended on a row 4. So we are going to bind off in pattern. So the next row would be a knit row. So we're going to bind off in knit. So you're going to insert your hook through, pull through, and just work the bind off. And again, you want to keep a relaxed hand. And if you're unfamiliar with bind off, again, I have that in the playlist. It goes over bind off. And binding off just helps make your Tunisian project have a more finished look. You could just end it like that, but it just looks a little bit nicer when you do the bind off. And then we just work in that last stitch that looks like a chain. Oops, I grabbed some extra loops, didn't want to do that. All right. And there we go, there it is. I think it's a really pretty stitch pattern. I really like it. And again, it does curl a bit, but it is nice. So I did make some other swatches to see what it would look like with different yarn and different hook size. So this is more of a number 2 yarn, and I used a G hook or a 4.25 millimeter hook, so you can see the difference versus number 4 yarn. And I also did 12 stitches across. Not sure how many rows that I did. Well, it looks like probably around the same amount of rows as this guy here. And then I made one. I wanted to see what it looked like with a large hook, so I did a K hook. And this is number 4 yarn here. I did 10 stitches across, so you can see definitely a difference. And I feel with the larger hook, if you kind of just pull it out a little bit, it does lay a little bit more flat with a larger hook. I do feel when you're using a larger hook and when you just kind of tug it a little bit, straighten it out like if you were blocking it, it does tend to lay a little bit more flat than when using smaller hooks like this guy. And I did one more. I was just having fun with this one. So this one is number 4 yarn, and also made, or no, this was made with an H hook, I believe. And I think I did 10 stitches across with this one. So you can just see the different looks that you can get with just using different size hooks and yarn. I actually really like it with the finer yarn. I think it's really a pretty stitch there, but it looks nice in all the yarn weights. So I hope you enjoyed this stitch pattern, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.